There's only one thing that matters, and that is the truth. Maybe in times past it was different. I don't know. But I do know that today, in this world, the truth is so important. Because if you don't believe the truth, you are believing lies, and your world isn't even real. If you live on a globe, you don't even have a clue where you live. I used to live on a globe. This is nothing to be embarrassed about. This is nothing to be ashamed about. It is something to admit that when we look at the world around us and make observations of the world around us, we can determine whether certain things are true or not true about the world we live in. Such as, is this earth that my truck is driving on right now, is the ground that all around me, is it moving? I hate to break it to you, but although you were taught as a child that it was spinning and rotating, it's not moving at all. And the evidence of that surrounds you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 364, 5 days a year. So I don't know how you can deny it. Earth is stationary. Look around. Another example is that the ground, again, the earth, is from where you are right now. The ground is sinking downward, which means that way. The ground is sinking downward, away from you, in every direction. That's what you were taught in school. But if you pay attention to the evidence and look around, it doesn't ever do that. It's always just flat. Now there's mountains and hills, so don't be ridiculous or sarcastic. There's valleys. But the earth as an entire place, I don't believe it has a shape. It is just what we experience. So if we were taught that we were on a spinning ball, we already talked about the spinning part. Truth is important. In the days we live in, truth is important, because if you don't pay attention to the world around you, you will be deceived. And in fact, you already are deceived. You have been deceived your whole life. This is nothing to be embarrassed about. This is just part of reality. You were born into a time where you didn't know it and I didn't know it, but something was thrust upon us that other generations may not have had the opportunity to make a decision on these things, because they lived in a time when truth was very hidden, which is pretty much all throughout time. So, you have a decision to make. I already made mine. It took me the last 5 years to make my decision on what I believe. Because when you were, like, we all have this idea that we know something about the world we live in because of science and astronomy and things. But do you realize that you never decided yourself that Earth was spinning? You never actually even considered how stationary it always is and why they would say it's spinning. Maybe until the last 5 years you might have thought about it, because a lot of people such as me and people like me have been talking about it, and probably making you say